This is the second game between the Prussian Prince and Anarchy. The first game, the Prussian Prince won fairly convincingly, I'd say, through good use of abilities, good supporting fire. This is the Alpine Ridge map, where the thing is, compared to Rome 2 and Attila, abilities are much more important in Shogun 2. So even though a player secures a terrain advantage, it's by no means certain victory. Abilities can mitigate some of the effects of terrain, so let's just have this in slow motion to have a look at the Prussian Prince's army here. He has, on his flanks, he has 2 Yari Samurai, together with, let's see here, Yari Cavalry. He has two Light Cavalry, 1 Yari Cavalry, then he has his Yari Samurai. He has a melee general with 4 sword attendants in the front, Naginata warrior monks behind, fairly well upgraded. Then he has on his other flank 1 Yari Cavalry, 2 Light Cavalry, and 2 Yari Samurai. So very heavy on the spears, very light on the swords in this battle. For Anarchy, we have, let's see, some hidden units over there. Then we have Yari Cavalry, late game Annoyance, bow cav with 45 ammo and 77 accuracy. That's pretty crazy. And I don't have the time to go over the army of Anarchy completely, because Anarchy is going to send in his Yari Cavalry straight away against the Prussian Prince. Prussian Prince sees it and he gets the charge as well. The Yari Cavalry of the Prussian Prince is getting... oh, well, it's fairly similar in this engagement. Anarchy's 10th Hussars definitely got the better of the engagement there. Yari Samurai took some casualties, the Prussian Prince's cavalry took some casualties. This unit of Yari Cavalry for Mr. Anarchy is going to die. Over here, he doesn't want to engage the Yari Samurai. I'll put it back to normal speed. And 1 unit being lost here by... the Prussian Prince didn't lose any units, but this Yari Cavalry actually came back from routing, so that's good for Anarchy. But I wonder whether it was worth it for him. Here he's sending in some Kisho ninjas. The Kisho ninjas just about missed the charge here on these Yari Cavalry. The Light Cavalry rushes out. The Kisho ninjas trying to get in here, but the Prussian Prince is being on point with his micro, running away. Loses this unit of Light Cavalry, but that's no issue really. So the Prussian Prince sends in his general here, so much going on at once. The Yari Samurai fighting up against multiple units of non-smokers. Great names for these units. In this forest engagement here, it looks like Anarchy is doing a decent job here, surrounding the Light Cavalry of the Prussian Prince. But this is only Light Cavalry. The Prussian Prince's general took a lot of damage here. But so is the general of the Fallen Stark of Winterfell general. He's taking a lot of damage. Activating Bonsai. Over here we have a unit of Naginata attendants. They will get wrecked by the Yari Samurai, so the Prussian Prince is going to be able to get the Sword Dojo, which is quite important for the Prussian Prince and his melee heavy army. It looks like Anarchy wanted to take out the cavalry of the Prussian Prince as early as possible, but the Prussian Prince had good support. And this late game Annoyance bow cavalry is going to be massive with 45 ammunition. So the Prussian Prince wants to get in, chase it away. This light cavalry unit, this Yari cavalry unit, is about to die against the 10th Hussar. Being very aggressive with his cavalry is Anarchy. Turning around, getting the charge here with the Light Cavalry against the Light Cavalry. And this actually means that the Light Cavalry of Anarchy is losing decisively, even though the Prussian Prince's unit was very heavily depleted. Rushing in the Naginata warrior monks, the Light Cavalry dies. And now Anarchy is, I mean, his infantry support wasn't the strongest in this battle, and now he's losing. And this is one of the reasons why his infantry support was so lackluster in the center. He has some Kisho ninjas over here. Then he has some Naginata attendants and a Yari Samurai here. And it looks like he wants to go for this Sword Dojo, but I wonder whether it was a good move to keep 5 melee units away from the main engagements instead of supporting these fights, because look at all the infantry the Prussian prince has left now. This could be huge. Naginata warrior monks charging in towards the fallen Stark Winterfell, the Avatar's bodyguard. If Anarchy miss micros this particular engagement, it's going to be really, really bad for him. So let's see here. The Naginata warrior monks are continuing to charge. The fallen Stark Winterfell is firing, but he gets caught as well, so he's losing quite a few men here. This might be it for the General of Anarchy if he doesn't manage to pull it away. The Prussian prince sending in a few units to stop the retreat of this. He's right at the red line, so he's going to have a really hard time pulling out here. Let's see here. The General's bodyguard is holding out. It's barely surviving. Yep, it managed to survive. While that's been going on, the Yari Samurai got wrecked here by Naginata attendants and Kisho ninjas. The Prussian prince has a lot left, and as you can see by the balance of power here, the Prussian prince is well ahead. So in this, I mean, I only see one bow cavalry unit left on the field now for, let's see, Yari, Light. Here we have the late game Annoyance bow cavalry. They are getting quite a few kills here. And they're going to be annoying, but I wonder whether he has enough left to deal with what the Prussian prince has left. Trying to break these sword attendants with a charge, and the bow cavalry did a decent job here, getting some of these sword attendants off the field. They took some casualties, but nothing concerning. He needs to keep every single man alive in this unit that he can. It's at this point, next to his general, it's his most important unit. All of these very depleted units are going to have a hard time up against the Prussian prince, because the Prussian prince is keeping his units fairly close together, while Anarchy is spread out all across the battlefield. So he's going to be kiting for... This looks like it's going to be a kite fest in the end here. But the problem is he doesn't have the missiles to do enough damage, I think, in this kite fest. The bow cavalry is... 100 kills on the bow cavalry now. Let's see, Yari Samurai. And it's great with the different colors that players are able to customize their armies. So the Kisho ninjas got hit, throwing some bombs there. But doing that meant that they are going to be taking casualties. They are fairly fast, so they should be able to run away from the Yari Samurai. Here we have the kills on the bow cavalry ever increasing. Wanting to kill off these sword attendant units, easy kills for the bow cavalry. Let's see, over here the White Walkers doing well against Yari Samurai, getting some cavalry support close by. The general of the Prussian prince charging into Naginata attendants of all things. One unit breaks, second unit breaks, comes back. Then we have the late game Annoyance, 121 kills now. The Prussian prince just rushing after Anarchy everywhere. The Yari Samurai are getting hammered by this late game Annoyance unit. Staying in the forest with a few units here, but the Prussian prince has so much left in terms of solid spear units. He has some almost full strength Naginata warrior monks. And while they are fairly vulnerable to missiles, they are more than a match for the infantry that Anarchy has left here. Sword attendants chasing after a few units. Here we have the Kisho ninjas getting into the sword attendants, but the general of the Prussian prince took a massive beating there. He's actually wavering and taking a lot of damage. But the Prussian prince managed to get him out of there. So now Anarchy's units in the forest here, they're getting surrounded. The bow cavalry getting a significant amount of kills here, but like I said earlier, I have a hard time seeing that's enough against everything the Prussian prince has left. Let's look at all of these units from the Prussian prince, especially these Naginata warrior monks. They are starting to drop now because they're taking fire, dropping fairly rapidly to the late game Annoyance. But even with 45 ammunition, I don't see him being able to kill all of this. So Naginata attendants off the field by the Naginata warrior monks. As long as the Prussian prince manages to kill the infantry, you should see the late game annoyance unit just routing. The Prussian prince could also go for the dojos here. If you capture the dojos, the game is going to end. And in order to decap, the late game annoyance has to dismount. So if the Prussian prince captures all 3 dojos, then he can just sit there and camp, basically. Because Anarchy does not have the units left to contend for the dojos. Prussian prince holding the sword dojo here. Also, the Prussian prince also holding the shrine, increasing his morale. I'm getting close to 200 kills on this late game annoyance, but I have to wonder how much he spent on this unit. It's let's see, it's tier 4, and he's upgraded accuracy and ammunition. Maybe, whoa, listen to that thunder. That wasn't in game, that was outside. I don't quite know how much this costs and if it's worth it, because it seems like Anarchy was lacking in the well, mainly having these units hidden over here. I think that was a problem for him, because he had a total of 6 units here, while the Prussian prince was able to use his entire army in the main engagement. Over 200 kills now. But these Yari samurai getting charged by Naginata warrior monks. These look like they are level 0 and getting charged by getting surrounded by the Naginata warrior monks, and the late game annoyance just breaks off the field. So yeah, they were annoying. Good name for them. Costly victory there for the Prussian prince. Another thunder clash. I don't know how well you can hear that, but it's very loud. Let's have a look at the kills here. I'm fairly certain the bow cavalry was the highest performing unit for Anarchy there, but it came a bit too late. Let's see here, sort by kills. The Prussian prince overall, none of these units really stand out, but overall he's getting kills on almost all of his units. However, for Anarchy here, his top 4 scoring units are doing much better. Like the Kisho ninjas, Yori cavalry and the bow cavalry does a lot better than the top scoring units of the Prussian prince. But these units that came in, but then we go to the bottom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The bottom 8 units here of Anarchy, they get very few kills, and so do the bottom units of the Prussian prince, really. I think one of the main issues with Anarchy's army here, it wasn't necessarily composition, although the Prussian prince's army was a bit stronger. Engaging early on without having the support, the Prussian prince having spear support close by, I think that cost Anarchy too much. So it would have been interesting to see what he could have done if he had more of those. Let's say he had supported with the 6 units that he had. He used those units to support the main engagement instead of keeping them too far away by the sword dojo. But good game. A lot longer, a lot more kitey than the previous one, but a good game nonetheless. Strength and honor.